knowledge hour, or I'm gonna put it like this, the 10 minutes. Usually I go on and I talk about music, but today I'm gonna talk about something a little bit different. Well, it's snowing, as y'all know, and I felt that, hey, let me get out here and shovel a little bit of snow, take out the trash, get ready for tomorrow, and spend some time with the kids. We watch Eyes on the Prize and let them get some information that they wouldn't get in school, Then I went on and I sat and listened to my buddies at PMR Radio on 1200 AM. Rams and C, Derek Wins, Cletus / Mandela, and they were going to have a conversation today talking about marriage, but I guess was unable to kind of do that today, so maybe they might follow up next week. But they had a rerun of different shows that they did. So if you're not following those dudes, I expect you, and I hope that you do. We got to support people in our locality that's trying to do something. But I was thinking about relationships, you know what I'm saying, and I think it's a big rift in between men and women right now. Nobody trusts anybody. I guess a brother can try to talk from a personal experience, and from what I've seen as a whole out there in majority of everyday living. It seems like at this time, in this point in time, everybody has lost their role. Men have really definitely lost their role in majority. Women have lost their role and their identity. And if y'all hear the little background noise, it's just that's the automatic heater coming on. So I'm gonna try to up the volume so you guys can hear me. But what I see is that everybody has lost their role. They don't know exactly what their place is in the home, in the community. And what we're doing is we faking it. We trying to. It seems like a lot of us is just trying to be something that we're not. I seen a comment the other day on Facebook. A young lady put up independent woman versus hood rat. And I was on comment on that, but I knew I was gonna get a whole bunch of flack and backlash on it, so I just kept my comment to myself. And she was basically talking about what's the difference between a hood rat and an independent woman. Well, independent woman, what she was saying was somebody that pay their own bills, somebody that doesn't expect somebody to take care of them, somebody that doesn't need a man, and this and this and that. But see, I'm about to be controversial right here. Wasn't woman created for the man? Woman wasn't created to be independent. And men, on the other hand, weren't either. Because, God saw or seen fit that we needed a helpmate. So we need each other. You know what I'm saying? And then when we get to the point where of being as cocky, saying, well, we don't need nobody. We can. I don't need nobody. I make this X amount of dough, and you need me. I don't need you. Blah blah blah. We start getting out of place, and especially with like far as men over the years. Excuse me. Men over the years have definitely abused this because usually it's the man that make the greater profit margin. Men make the greater profit margin in the household, and we abuse our power. A lot of times we get out of place. We tell a woman what she can and cannot do, and it really shouldn't be like that. But at the same time, let's say the roles has reversed now, where women are now. It's made now, and I'm gonna go down into the science of that. It's made now where women are usually really the head of the household now. And I think that's like a grand plot and scheme, you know what I'm saying? But women are like the head of the household now, and now men have really like no say so. So now women are usually the ones that's calling the shots, and they, and it's this thing where it goes to the independent woman. In my opinion, it's more like usually the women that I know that call themselves independent women. They the main ones that's messed up in the brain, straight up. They the ones that's, they can't keep a man, they don't know how to talk to a man, They don't know how to respect a man, and they find themselves going through relationship to relationship to different relationship, saying that a man can't deal with their independency, or that they this and this and that. Where in true, thought about it, it wasn't meant to be like that. It wasn't meant to be like that. I think we all got out of place. Now men, on the other hand, we feel so much out of character. Our role has diminished in the home. It has diminished in the community. Black men, and now it's just really kind of spreading to all men. It's like, our role has diminished, but in particular, the black man, it's like, the ones that are trying, that I do know, I know some good brothers. Some brothers that I know that's trying to do the right thing. They're there for their kids. They're there for the woman that they with, will have these kids with. They're trying to take care of them, but they don't know how to act right. They lippy. They talk too much. So now I'm asking myself, I pose myself this question, and I listen to these brothers today, and usually P and Meyer, they talk about social issues. They talk about not only social issues, they talk about domestic issues in the home with kids and family and things like this. They talk about economics. They're well-rounded talk show. And like I said, if you're not watching or you're not streaming, you need to do that. But I'm just listening to a couple of the reruns that they had today, and start really kind of thinking about why marriages and relationships break down, how they do. Well, number one, who would say this? And I hope you would agree. And if you don't, then maybe you should evaluate some things on your own. But I'm not saying that I'm 100% right, but this is just the way I feel. What is the backbone of a relationship with anybody? Number one, you gotta have love to have a relationship. You gotta have some type of love for a person or a common cause in order to proceed in any type of relationship. Okay? So love is the bone. It's the strength. You know what I'm saying? That holds that holds the structure of what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, or a representation of a person or a place or a thing that you're trying to get to. But what holds that bone to another bone? It's the ligament. It's the trust issue, the factor that holds it all together. You know what I'm saying? And I think what we are doing right nowadays is we lacking trust. Now, then the question comes to, if you're with a person, a young lady, or you with a young man or an older man, whatever, you with someone, and nowadays, like I said, I think it's such a trust issue that nobody trusts anybody anymore. So you with somebody that you love, but you don't trust them. And then what I notice, women are real big on trust. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, trust me. They don't even really want to. They want to know that you love them, but even moreover, they want you to know. They want to know if you trust them. And my response to a woman is, or to anybody, I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust nobody though. I trust absolutely no one. And people good and quick to quote Bible scripture, but they really don't even know and really don't even understand it. People take excerpts of the Gospels or the Old and New Testament to fit their life, and they don't fuck with none of the rest of the shit. They just motherfucking just say, hey, and excuse my language, but this is my segment. They take things that pertain to their life that make them feel good or make them one up on another person, and they apply that to make the other person feel bad or whatever the case may be, and put them on a higher plane. But people tend to don't realize that all that we are commanded to do, is love one another. We're not commanded to trust one another, and love surpasses all things. So it surpasses trust. It surpasses lust. desire. You know what I'm saying? The reason why a lot of people don't go cheat and doing all this and that, because they have 100% love for a person, or an agape love, and a love that is the most highest love for a person or a cause. So they're not going to do anything to mess that up. It has nothing to do with trust. And I think that what it comes down to is that we don't love each other like we're supposed to. It has nothing to do with trust. The only person or the only thing or the entity that you should have trust in is the God in you, and the God from Almighty that's in you. You know what I'm saying? And so basically, either you don't love yourself enough. You know what I'm saying? You know, or we wouldn't do certain things that we do that we know we should not probably do, and we shouldn't be coerced or be able to talked into the things that we know we shouldn't do, because we have that all-knowing and that all-love, that all-out love for God, the Father of the universe. You know what I'm saying? And if He's in you, you know what I'm saying? If He's in you, then there should be no reason at all, you know what I'm saying, that you're on some other stuff. So my thing is, it all goes down to the key opponent, which people always, where people always falling back to is trust. And you don't have to trust anybody. The trust factor, the only person that you should trust is God. And if God resides in you, then that's who you trust. You don't trust anybody else. You trust no man, no woman, no child, nobody. All you're supposed to do is love. You know what I'm saying? And when you love unconditionally, what you're going to do is you're going to actually give that person, you're going to allow that person to be who they really are. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then they going to show their truth. They're going to show their trueness through the love. You know what I'm saying? And I think when we don't love each other, we pretend that we love someone, we tricking them, you know what I'm saying? And then that allows them to do, that opens up the floodgates for a lot of other X factors to roam in the game. Like for instance, like I said, independent women and don't need a man, or men that fell from their rightful place in a woman's life, in the community life, or with their kids, or in a professional light, or whatever the case may be. I think that's where we fell from our rightful position. So now, now that we done fell from our rightful position, how do we get back to that? Well, it all goes back to love. It all starts there. You know, first, number one, you have to love God. God lives in you, so He's a part of you. You are God. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you are a manifestation of God. Not saying God of the universe, but you are the manifestation of God. And you got to have 100% unequivocal love for yourself in order to obtain your rightful place. And so, when you able to love yourself like you are supposed to, you will automatically begin to transcend to the point where you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? And people gonna treat you like how you're supposed to, or they know they can't fool over you.